Hello and welcome to another video. So today's video, as you can tell, is series I want to continue. So last week I did my series I want to finish. These are all series that are currently ongoing. There are a couple here that I'm not sure if they are finished or not, as there's been no announcements for any more books, but you know, I'm just gonna go for it and put them on this list because I'm unsure. There is one that I do have the complete series, however I don't see myself finishing it this year, so I thought I would just put it on this list instead of the other one because I don't see myself finishing it, but I would like to at least continue it this year. So I am going to get stuck in. There are a couple of these which I'm just going to hold up the first book in the series because I don't actually have the next books yet, but I am hoping to get them very soon. So let's go. So first up we have Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. So this is the sequel to Skyward. I literally read Skyward a week or two ago, so this is a very new addition to this. But I really enjoyed Skyward and I'm really looking forward to seeing where things go with this one, especially after how the first book ended. So yeah. Next up we have the Potkin and Stubbs series by Sophie Green. I have read this one. This is the first book in the series. I do plan on getting book 2 and 3 very soon. I believe it is only a trilogy, but yeah, I plan on getting at least book 2 very soon, so I am hoping to continue this series because I really like this. It's middle grade, it's ghosts, it's mystery. I love it. Next up we have Starfell, Willow Moss and the Forgotten Tale. So this is book 2 in the Starfell series. I really enjoyed the first book and I'm really excited to go ahead and read this book. Also look at the illustrations in this. I absolutely loved the first book and I believe book 3 has been released in hardback. So once book 3 is out in paperback, I will be snapping it up and hopefully reading this book and then book 3 fairly soon. Next up, again another one I only have book 1 of at the moment, and that is the Train to Impossible Places by PG Bell. I read this last September for A Touch of Whimsy's readathon and I really enjoyed this. It was a really good read and I'm excited to see where the second and third book goes. So yeah, another one that I'm hoping to get the sequels to very soon. And the final one on this list where I don't have the sequels yet is the 13 Treasures series by Michelle Harrison. As you know, I love Michelle Harrison's books. I have read 13 Treasures and I am very, very excited to get my hands on the second and third book in this trilogy and see where Tanya's adventures take her next. Then we have Knife Edge by Mallory Blackman. I read Noughts and Crosses last year and absolutely adored it, so then went ahead and purchased the entire series, plus the World Book Day mini short story as well. And then I just haven't got round to picking back up the series, so I want to at least have continued the series a little bit more within this year. There are 5 books altogether in the series plus the Little World Book Day one, so I don't see myself finishing the series this year. It would be nice, and you never know, never say never, but realistically it's not going to happen. It's not one of the high priority ones that I want to finish this year, but I do at least want to have continued it and maybe got at least book 2 and 3 done this year. So yeah, I'm really excited to go into this and see where this one goes after the way the first one ended. Next up we have Harrow the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. So I absolutely loved Gideon the Ninth. I read it in 2019 and then just never picked this up when it came out. I think it's because it's quite a chunky one and I've been doing readathons and I've not managed to get this. Rude. One of the houses near us are doing works on their garden for like the 3rd time this year and it's not fun. Anyway, yeah, I just haven't managed to get it onto for a prompt for a readathon that I've done. So this year I am planning on doing less readathons apart from ones I host. And yeah, I'm hoping to manage to actually pick this up this year, and it kind of matches my top and makeup today, even though this is blue, not green, but close enough. Next up, we have Aurora Burning by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I have put this on approximately 3 TBRs in 2020, and I keep putting it off, and I think it's because we don't know when book 3 is coming out. However, this is a series I really want to continue, so if in the next few months we do not get a release date for book 3, I might just go ahead and just read this. I will see, or I might leave it till the end of the year if it's not due to come out till next year. But either way, I do hope to get to this one this year, ready for the next book when that comes out. Next up is one that I do have the whole series and I've only read book 1, and that is Ice Like Fire by Sarah Rash. So this is the second book in the Snow Like Ashes series. I did read Snow Like Ashes this year, and this month rather, and I really enjoyed it. Not as much as I thought I would, but I still really enjoyed it, and I do want to complete the series. However, I will take just continuing the series this year, because even though it is only 3 books, the books are fairly chunky, so even if I can just continue it this year, that would be a point to me. The next one, I'm not sure if this should have been on my series to finish, because I think this might only be a duology, but I'm putting it on here just in case it is a trilogy, and that is The Damned by Renee Ahdieh. Okay, so I did actually just look up the pronunciation, and apparently it's Renee Ahdieh. If that is wrong, then I apologise. But yeah, I really enjoyed The Beautiful, and I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would as well. That was a bit of a shock for me when I read it. But yeah, I really want to get to this, and if there's a possibility it could be a trilogy or more, but I only have the first 2 books, so I'm going to just put it on this list just in case. So yeah, hoping to get to this one this year. Next up, we have one that I actually thought was the second book in a duology, but it's actually going to have a 3rd book, which makes me really happy because I really enjoyed the first book, and that is Twisted Fates by Danielle Rollins. So the first book is Stolen Time, and I got it in a book box club like 2 years ago, and I absolutely adored it. Like, it was so good. And then I pre-ordered this when it was available for pre-order because I wanted to have the matching hardback, and I just have not got to it. And it's kind of sci-fi, but it's also fantasy. I'm not sure, but basically it has time travel in it, and I'm really excited to see where this is gonna go, because there was like a revelation at the end of the first book and I remember it, and I am excited for this one. So yeah, I did actually think this was I was going to put this on my series I want to finish this year, and I double checked, and as per Goodreads there is going to be a 3rd book, so this is on my series I want to continue. Next up, we have book 2. This is so reflective. So this is Tears of Frost by Brie Barton. This is the 2nd book. I don't know what the name of the series is, but the first book is Heart of Thorns. I got it in a Fairy Loo a couple of years back, read it almost straight away, absolutely adored it. So I got book 2 when this came out, and I haven't read it, and I do actually have book 3 here, which came out at the beginning of February. So I don't know if there's going to be any more books in the series, but I don't see myself finishing this series just this year. So I do hope to at least continue it, because I do remember really enjoying Heart of Thorns, but I may need to look at a recap of Heart of Thorns before going into this, because it is a little bit hazy in my brain. I only vaguely remember the first book. But yeah, I do want to continue this series this year because I did really enjoy book 1. Next up is one that I'm absolutely dying to get to, and that is Blood and Honey by Shelby Mahurin. So I read Serpent and Dove near the end of last year, and it almost made my top 10 of the year. Instead, it just got a honorable mention. But I'm really excited to go into this. I've even got my bookmark ready, because I'm hoping to get to this in March. Whether that happens is another matter, but I am hoping to get to it in March so that, you know, I can get to it before the third book comes out. But if not March, I'm definitely getting to this as soon as possible because I do really want to read it. And yeah, I need more Llewellyn Reid in my life. Then we have Chosen by Kiersten White. Now, this is the sequel to Slayer, which, you know, as a Buffy fan, since I was like 9, I got really excited when I found out about Slayer because it literally carries on from the end of series 7. I don't believe it's canon though. I don't think it is actually canon to the Buffy universe. However, it does mention a lot from the Buffy universe, and I really enjoyed Slayer. It was pretty predictable, but so was the TV show, to be fair. Like, you know, it's fine, but I am really excited to get to this. One of my friends has actually read this one already and says it is better than the first one, so hopefully they are correct. Hopefully I share that opinion. But yeah, I think this is a trilogy. I could be wrong. Again, this could just be a duology, I'm not sure, but I am hoping to get to this very soon. And then finally we have the Chronicles of Alice series by Christina Henry. I think that's the name of the series. The first book was just called Alice. This is the second book, which is Red Queen. You can see where the Forbidden Planet sticker come off, can't you? Oh, I hate their stickers. They're worse than Waterstones. At least Waterstone stickers come off properly. Anyway, this is the second book, and then I also do have Looking Glass, which is the third book. I'm not sure if there's going to be any more in the Alice series, but I want to at least continue this because I read Alice so long ago now. I think it was about 2.5 years ago, but I do remember everything from that book, so it's definitely one that has stuck with me, and I do look forward to diving into Red Queen. And one more that's going to get an honourable mention, however, by the time this goes up, I'm hoping to have read this, and that is The Mask Falling by Samantha Shannon. So this is book 4 in the Bone Season series, and I am putting it in this video as an honourable mention just because I am planning on reading it this weekend. So hopefully by the time you see this video, I would have actually read this. But yeah, I have absolutely adored the Bone Season series, and I'm really excited to continue it. And look how chunky she is. Oh, love it. But yeah, I have heard so many good things about this book, even from people whose hearts got ripped out. But I'm here for it, and I'm ready to have my heart ripped out by Samantha Shannon one more time. It won't just be one more time, let's be real, but yeah. So that was all the book series that I would like to continue this year. I am pretty sure that that is all of them. No, it's not. One more. I promise you, this is the last one. So I would like to continue the Villain series. So these are not the Twisted Tales series. I do have the Twisted Tales, but I have not even started those books yet, but this is the Villain series, and I have read the Evil Queen, the Beast, and the Ursula book, but I do still have Maleficent and Mother Gothel, plus the Odd Sisters. So these ones do actually link because the Odd Sisters are very important in all of these, so these are definitely ones that you have to read in order. I do not know about the actual Twisted Tales, but I will be reading those in order of publication. But yeah, I am hoping to continue these this year. These are the chunkier ones from this series, so I don't see myself finishing it this year, but I would like to at least continue it. I really like these takes of the villains because if you know me, you know the villains are like my favourite characters. I love villain stories, and I'm excited to see these guys' stories. Okay, so that really is all the series I own that I would like to continue this year. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As with the other video, if there are any you think I should prioritise, let me know in the comments below. But I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye.